let's do a few iClickers. So the first one is find the limit as x approaches 0 of 1 minus cosine of 2x over x. And so I recommend pausing for a minute and then coming back and watching the answer. Pause for a minute, do the problem on your own, and then come back. Did you guys all pause? I assume you did, so let's start. And so now we're trying to find this limit, and what I have is this priceless piece of information, that limit of sine of u over u as u approaches 0 is equal to 1. Now here I see I have a cosine, I don't have a sine. What do I do? And so this limit, actually we've done similar things to that, so I can play with it multiple ways. But let's just use this formula instead of the other formula that we have. So how do I get this to look like that? Is I would replace cosine by sine by multiplying by conjugate. Cosine of 2x, what is a conjugate? 1 plus cosine of 2x divided by x times 1 plus cosine of 2x. Now the top becomes under the conjugate, so it becomes 1 minus cosine squared of 2x divided by x times 1 plus cosine of 2x. If you know this one is by Pythagorean identity is going to be equal to sine squared of 2x divided by x times 1 plus cosine of 2x. Now this got a little bit similar, because now when I plug in x goes to 0, it's going to be this part, this area would become non-zero value, and then I will have I still have a form 0 over 0, form still 0 over 0. And so I have to figure out how to basically make the form in this format, basically make the limit in this format. This format has a u inside the function, so my u should be that one. But that u is not down here. So what do I do? And so what I do is I rewrite this. And I'm going to erase everything and start over. I'm going to rewrite that as limit as x approaches 0. One of the sines divided by x times limit as x approaches 0 of the other sine over 1 plus cosine of 2x. Okay, so now here's the deal. If both this limit exist, I can write it this way. Otherwise, I could not break down that previous limit. And the other thing that I have is that, oh, this awfully looks like what I wanted, except if this is u, that's not u. What do? I multiply this one by 2, so I will have that too. But I remember people can wear different disguises, but they cannot change completely. And so 2 has to go multiplied by the top as well. Now, in here, now I have basically this part has become the limit that I wanted, and that 2 pulls out. So I will get this entire thing is going to be equal to 2. But then if I plug in 0 in here, I get 0 on top, and I get 2 on the bottom. So this entire thing becomes 0. And so the answer is that. Could I have done this with another method? Yes, we could have done, if I have memorized the other method, the other formula, which is 1 minus cosine of u. Let's write down the other formula. The other formula is limit of 1 minus cosine of u over u as u approaches 0 is equal to 0. If I had remembered that one, I could have said, okay, so let's make sure this is u, so I multiply top and bottom by u, then I get limit as x approaches 0 is equal to and this one becomes limit of 1 minus cosine of u over u as u approaches 0 times 2, and it's going to be 0 again. So now let's do iClicker question 6 of the sections 2.6 and 3.6. This question is, and again, similar to the one we did. It has the 1 minus cosine of something divided by x times sine of 5. Start doing iClicker question 6 in the sections 2.6 and 3.6. How do we go about this? Well, we kind of established that we like to convert cosine to sine, to use that other formula. The sine of u over u as u approaches 0 is going to be limit of that is going to be 1. And so how do I do this? Let's say this is going to be equal to limit as x approaches 0 of 1 minus cosine of 2x times 1 plus cosine of 2x divided by x sine of 5x times 1 plus cosine of 2x. And now this is going to be simplified to limit of x approaches 0 of 1 minus cosine squared 2x divided by x sine of 5x 1 plus cosine of 2x. And then remember that the top becomes basically this top becomes sine to power 2 of 2x. Now, that's nice. Can we write it in that format we want? To write it in that format I'm putting sine of 2x by itself, and then divided by x, then another sine of 2x by itself. Then I'm writing 1 over sine of 5x. Then I'm writing 1 over 1 plus cosine of 2x. Now, one thing is that this is very similar. I can make this into in a u. That one doesn't have the u in the bottom, but I can create it, and that one also. And that one is not even 0 over 0, form 0 over 0. So what do? So in here I go multiply by 2. Now I created that, but I can't change anything. And then I make this u goes to 0. In here I'm gonna go, that one's not right. Well, that one's still okay. Limit as x goes to 0. And then now I need the 2x in the bottom. So I'll multiply the top by a 2x. Then over here, I need a 5x on top to have basically a reciprocal of that limit that we use. So I multiply by 5x. And then I don't change that at all. And I go limit x goes to 0 for that one. Now it looks like I'm going somewhere. So if I rewrite this entire thing, I'm going to go limit of u goes to 0. And what I'm going to do is that I see that before basically going any further than this, I can see that these are matching up. These are matching up, and that x and x can simplify. So I will have that basically 2/5 walk out, and this 2 also walk out at the end. And so I will have here sine of u over u, 2 of those, and then I will have limit u goes to 0 again of here 2 is remaining, sine of u over u, and then over here I will have limit 5x is the u, sorry, 1 limit u over sine of u, 1/5 of that, times this one is going to be only 1/2. And so what do I have? I have this one is 1/5, that one is 1/2, this one is 2, that one is 2. So I have 4/5 divided by 2, which is going to be 2/5 is the answer. Now we're doing another iClicker question, iClicker question 7. And so let's read this and then pause your videos and then figure out the answer. We figure out the answer together. So we're trying to find the derivative with respect to x of arc sine of 3x. So after your pause, let's find the derivative. We're finding this derivative, and let's remember, according to the other videos that we watched, derivative of arc sine of x is going to be 1 over square root of 1 minus x squared. Or we can write it this way. We can write a derivative of arc sine of u is going to be 1 over square root of, derivative with respect to u, I'm sorry, and 1 minus u to power 2. Now, so when we're doing this derivative, then now we're doing, u is going to be 3x in here. So derivative in here is going to be derivative of outside, which is 1 over 1 minus whatever is inside to power 2, times the derivative of inside, which is 3. So the answer is 3 divided by 1 minus 9x squared. And so this is according to chain rule. Again, this one is according to chain rule. So I did the derivative of outside, plugged in the inside, and then multiplied by the derivative of inside. So which one is that? No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. This one is that. And so the answer is C.